Cool. Hi guys, and welcome to the Chit Chat Show on Elected TV and radio. My name is Daffy Matthew, as you all know, and I have on my show today a legend and the daughter. Not so many times do you have the kind of opportunity that I have right now to interview a great man and his daughter, one who's played for quite a lot of clubs. I need to keep you guys guessing a bit. He's played for Julius Berger, he's played for IFK Gothenburg, he's played for Malmo, and quite a lot of other clubs. He's a legend in Swedish football. And he had a stint with the national team, I think against Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember now, but I think in one of those games, it's in Jamaica also. And he's so good that I think you could say if he contests for presidency in Sweden, he stands a chance of winning. And not so many times in the African place, apart from Abedi Ayupele, who has two sons who play football professionally, do we also have a father who plays football and is able to produce a child who's also playing football? And he's got a daughter, and today happened to coincidentally be her birthday. I wish I could send a birthday cake to her in Gothenburg right now. I'm talking about, it's a father and daughter moment, and no other person than Peter Ijeh and his amazing and beautiful daughter, Evelyn Ijeh. Peter Ijeh and Evelyn Ijeh, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's hit the ground running. How is life in Sweden right now?
Yeah, it is calm. With the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of things have changed. Things are taken into different turns. Everybody is, taking self-responsibility.
Yeah.
Why every other places are opening little by little though, but we all are being careful, because COVID is real. So maybe that is a twist in the world in this present dispensation.
Okay, so one of the amazing things, I was in Sweden, I played for Elfsborg, we were the squad that brought them to promotion in 99-2000 season. Sweden have always been a very quiet, conservative place. Everybody mind their business. Yeah. But one of the amazing things that happened was during the heat of the COVID-19, the Swedish league was still on. What is it that they know in Sweden that those of us in the rest of the world did not know?
Yeah, during the heat of COVID-19, they paused it because the Swedish league system is quite different from the European format.
Yeah,
it always starts in March, April, because of the weather also. So and the COVID-19 started in late December to early January. So definitely the season is not on then. You know? So what I think they did is, they give regular informations and they keep everybody updated and educated about the COVID syndrome and the COVID pandemic. But also when they want to open up the game, they make sure everybody is observing this social distancing, and then wearing. I think they did not allow anyone to wear masks. Mask is not mandatory. If you just like, you can put it on. But this social distancing, was taken very, very seriously. Of which the gathering of crowd and all those. People coming together more than 10, 20, they make sure they stop all those things, and everybody was disciplined because we all are educated and carried along, during those times.
Okay, Evelyn, I'm going to come to you, but not too many times do one have a chance to really talk to a legend like this. So we're going to have to bounce between your dad and you, and I don't want the feminists to show up and say, "Oh, I'm marginalizing a lady here." Please, that's not it. It's just purely catching up with somebody who is a legend and really, talking to him. But Evelyn, what does it feel like when you walk around Sweden, knowing the aura, the name, the influence that your father have? What does it feel like for you as the daughter of this living legend?
Yeah, I have the feeling that many people know who my father is. So it's like I'm already respected by bearing my name, of course. So it's like everybody knows exactly. If they hear my name, they're like, "Oh, are you the daughter of Peter Ijeh?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, that's me." They're like, "Oh, he's a very good player," and it's like, "Yeah, would you mind if you understand?" Like people want to like try to meet him more often. You understand? So it's like if they still know who he is, even though he played for not so long ago, you understand? So it's a pleasure, of course.
And then now you play football. What position do you play?
Yeah, I'm a striker too,
Okay,
as my
so
dad.
is there any added pressure? Like, okay, Evelyn, your father was a go banger. Like there was no defense that could put him in lock. Like there was no defense that could hold him down. It was a guy that you cannot chain, you can't shackle. What is there any other pressure like when you play and your coach like, can't you score that goal like your dad? Because obviously your coaches are of his generation, they would have seen him play and heard of him play and read about him and got to see some clips. I'm like, okay, it should be in your genes. Okay. Do you get that kind of pressure?
Of course, not really. They don't really like say that if I can score my father, but of course they know who he is, and it's like they expect me to perform similar to how he performed when he was playing. So yeah.
Peter, do you go and watch your daughter play? Like, I mean, you go to games and you're watching your daughter. How does that? What kind of feeling does it elicit for you?
Yeah, I saw so many generics, when she play, but I see I see her from I see me in a feminist, position, so because there are some things naturally she just catch up with, and there are some uh, for example, I use both feet.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard for defender to know which feet, and all of a sudden she used both feet too, so, and she can score with both feet. So I think that is the DNA, that yeah, she she really catch up with a lot of things. And I was in one of the games, watching her. I know in the training, I was watching one of the training, and the trainer just woke up. I think she was trying to ask the trainer a question, and the trainer said, "You should go and ask your dad. Your dad is is even
The
better
best
than us, though."
position.
Exactly. So I think the trainers, they know who the dad is, and at least the respect is there. Despite that, I'm still an African, I will not take that away, and I'm proud to be an African. But supposing I'm not an African, uh, definitely it should have been a different issue.
Okay.
But I'm an African. Definitely there will
Okay.
be
So
limitations to
talking
a
about
lot of
being
things.
African, Evelyn, let me come to you on this. Are you dealing with the struggle of she should play for Sweden or she should play for the Super Falcons of Nigeria? Are you dealing with that struggle right now?
Not really. I just take the opportunities I get. If I get to play with the Swedish national team, I take that. Or if I get to play for the Super Falcons, I also take that. So it's like, it's just a matter of time. And I'm not in a hurry either to choose which national team I'm supposed to play for. So when it comes, it comes. So.
Okay, I like that. Now, Peter, let's go back to the beginning. You played for Julius Berger in the Nigerian League alongside people like Gabriel Okolosi, Okporokporo, I forgot almost everybody, Gabriel Markham, Ambrose Duru, Murphy Akanji. Please, these are your teammates. I guess I'm calling the right group of players now.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah.
and now the Nigerian league is It's not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be. And most times, because I played in the league too, and most times this is how I put it. Once upon a time when men played in the league. Now we have boys. No disrespect to the people playing in the league. Oh, I mean, I love them, I appreciate them, celebrate them. But can we go back memory lane when Idama was your chairman, the late Idama was your chairman, and you know that time they used to say there are only two professional clubs in Nigeria, Julius Berger and Eagle Cement, that the rest are trying to play catch up. So give us some memories that you can still remember about your time with Julius Berger.
Yeah, my time with Julius Berger was, I think it's a memory that we not just erase because Julius Berger is the biggest team in the Nigerian professional league.
I agree.
You know, and what Julius Berger represents is true professionalism. You know, you have players, every player then dream of playing with Julius Berger.
I wanted to play for you guys now, but it didn't sign me. It's very sad.
And also Julius Berger having their own page, you know, at Euro 65. You know, it was something that it was a memory that one can never forget, because with Julius Berger, he gave me a good foundation, a good platform to really come out of my comfort zone, come to Europe and still dominate, you know. So I tell the young players today, if you cannot play in the Nigerian professional league as it is now, and and raise your standard there, definitely it will be difficult, when you come to Europe, because then most of the clubs in Europe, they don't have this academy of a team, They only have like the first team and the second team. That is it. But now most of the clubs in Europe has even more academies, So playing in Nigeria and playing in the top teams, it gives you a big edge, than not playing in Nigeria academy, if I would put it that way. So the memory in Julius Berger, playing with top players, it gives me a great, it's a memory I can never forget. And I'm happy that somebody called me, I think last 2-3 weeks. He said that so far in the history of Nigerian league, no striker has won the highest goal scorer and at the same time won the league trophy. It's either a team from another team, it's either a team wins it and the highest goal scorer wins it in another team, something like that. I said, wow, how did you keep that record? He said he has been following Nigerian league for a long time. I said, okay. I said, that is good. It means that during my time, playing for Julius Berger, I won the highest goal scorer and also won the league trophy. So that is still, it's a good thing. It's a good memory,
Now that you said it, it just occurred to me that I was thinking Ufonodo won the league title and the highest goal scorer, but it just occurred to me that when he scored at 23 goals, Eimba did not win the league title. So you still have that honor. You see, Evelyn, you see why I call him a living legend. You see.
Yeah.
You see one of the reasons again why I call him a legend. As a matter of fact, in the words of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he said, on a day where he felt he was going to steal the show, your dad showed up and, changed the tide of the game. That's how it is. Now, let's talk about some memorable games that you've played, both in the Nigerian league, both in Sweden, across your career. Give us some key dotted moments across your career, from Nigerian league to going to Europe and playing across Malmo, Gothenburg, and the rest of the team that you played for. Give us some key moments.
Yeah, one of the key moments is, for example, when I came from Julius Berger to Malmo FF, Zlatan was playing in the youth team.
Yeah.
He's not signed in the first team. So I think the delay of my ITC gave Zlatan the opportunity to feature at the beginning of the season. Because had it been my ITC came before the season started, I think Zlatan will have no chance. Because he always says he dreamt of to be like me. You know, I told him, like, yes, he's stubborn, yes, but the only player he listens to is me. They'll just because he's from a mixed race. You know, it's not like 100% Swedish. So immediately I arrived, all of them just, you know, said, oh, this is a good player. And also, Nigerian players that has, for example, the Kochas, the Canons, you know, the Yakinis, they really lay a good, you know, platform in Europe, you know. So when I came, you know, it's much easier to operate from that level, you know, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
So, it's like Nigeria winning the Olympics gold medal, for example, is worldwide. You know, everybody watched it. You know, so that is why each time Nigerian national team, each time they win, you know, it gives the young generation, it gives them a good foundation. Yeah. Exactly. But each time they lose, it's like it drops the level again, you know, down, you know, to where we are today. So from Malmo, I moved to Gothenburg, you know. Yeah, like when I came to Malmo, I don't understand the language. The only language I understand is just go there and score. That is the only language I understand.
That's one language.
Yeah. So, and Gothenburg happens to be a rival team with Malmo, so it was a big, you know, controversy. You know, it's like two giant team in Europe. The whole media was set ablaze, you know. But me, I'm a Nigerian now, you know, a Lagos boy, you know. A lot of threats came in. Why would a Lagos boy be afraid of this, you know, small threats, other stuff? You know, I just do what I have to do anyway. I moved to Gothenburg, and also Gothenburg happens to be, they are looking for a player then to wear the number 100. And the only profile player they know at that time is Peter Ijeh. You know, because I broke the Swedish scoring record, 65-year scoring record.
Yeah.
So that is why they gave me number 100, because Gothenburg as a city is 100 years.
Because I wanted to ask that question, why they gave you number 100, now that you're saying it. So let's just...
So that number 100 is like a celebration, or celebrating the city, and they bring in the biggest, you know, sport personality at that point in time. So I scored a couple of goals, qualified the team for UEFA. Then I have to move again. I moved to FC Copenhagen.
Yeah.
You know, Copenhagen is, I think I will call it the biggest in Scandinavian clubs, you know, because they have all the facilities, they have everything. They have the top players in Scandinavian countries. Like, for example, I play with Peter Muller. Maybe you remember Peter Muller, a Nigerian against Denmark 2002 World Cup.
No, 98.
98. Yeah, 98.
France 98.
Yes. France 98, yes. So I play with him. I play with Marcus Albeck. Is the Swedish top striker, you know, even before Zlatan, you know. So I play with, you know, I play alongside with all those, you know, all those, their own legends here, you know. So, but and in Copenhagen also, we won the league title. So then I moved from Copenhagen to Viking.
Yeah.
So it happens that the coach that coached me when I was playing with Malmö FF, that I won the highest goal scorer in the Swedish league, was the coach of Viking. So he was appointed, as a coach of Viking in 2006. Yeah, 2006. And Viking are at the point of being relegated.
Wow.
So he called me. Actually, I was in Nigeria on vacation then. He called me when I was in Nigeria. He said that he has a problem, that the team is coaching now, that the team is struggling, and it looks like the team will go on relegation. I said, wow. And this coach is a reputable, coach in Sweden. I think he's in the last, up to last year, he's a Swedish team manager. His name is Tom Prower. So he called me. I said, okay, what he can do, if he can facilitate a transfer, because it's somebody I know. He knows how I play. He knows how I operate. So I believe it will be a good adventure for my career also, and also my pursuit for life to also become a coach. It's good to play under reputable coaches and learn their philosophy, learn their ideology, and also visit other countries to learn the type of footballs that they play there. While I play, I still jot down a lot of things, to add to my knowledge also. So in 2006, it was a year that the Norwegian football we never forget, because in the last game in Viking, the team we're playing is the top team. That is the team in the first position. That is Brann. And we have to win against, and Viking was at the third to the last.
Oh, so you needed a win to survive.
Not only a win, we have to win with about 5-0.
Jeez, against the top team.
Against the top team in the last game, And I remember vividly that morning we went for warm up, and these people they like anything you say, they record it and wait for the right time to use it to humiliate you, Because when I newly came, I said, the team will not go on relegation. So now they now ask me that morning, do I mean what I said the other time, or I should take it back? I said, I'm not taking it back.
Oh no.
I said, I'm not taking it back. I said, we're not going on relegation. So immediately I got home, I said, wow, man, we're going on relegation. But I believe in God. I know only God can do this,
Wow.
So the game started. I scored the first one, scored the second one. The third one was home goal. We're leading 3-0. So the stadium was just shouting, it remains 2 goals, it remains 2 goals. I scored fourth one, scored 5 goals. That is how the team did not go on relegation. So the press, they started looking at me somehow. They said, who is this guy?
And that's voodoo. That's voodoo. That's voodoo. No, Evelyn, do you understand this thing? This guy came in, said they are not going to go on relegation. Final day, they needed to win 5 goals against not a fellow relegation threatened team. We're talking about the top team in the league. All they needed to do is just maybe concede 1 or 2 and lock shop. Here they are, because if it was a lesser team, you could say, oh, match fixing, you could say a whole lot.
Yeah.
But top teams do not allow relegation team to humiliate them.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is astronomical, like magic.
Yeah. So that is how the team did not go on relegation. So the next year, I buckled up and I scored 18 goals to take the team to in the UEFA spot. We won the silver medal in 2007. Then they brought in a German coach, Uwe Rosler. He's a former Manchester City striker also. So I learned a lot of things, from him also. While I was, putting my novel about, the game, together. So from there, then I was thinking, okay, what next? I have won the highest goal scorer. I have won the league title, but I have not bring a team from, for example, Division 1 to the Premier League. I said, okay, that will be my next move now.
I achieved that in Sweden. I feel good about it.
So I came back to Sweden and looked for a team in the Division 1. And I told them I'm going to bring them to the Premier League. So in 2010, I signed with Syrianska because I have been playing for Swedish team, Danish team, but I have not played for like Syrianska is like a foreign team. Yeah. So it's good to do something for a foreign environment also. So I went there also. I scored I think 19 goals. We won the league, and bring the team, and gain promotion also to the Premier League.
Peter, wait. Who's your Babalawo, please? Who's your Babalawo? Who's your who they do it for you? Who they do this thing?
The talisman is God, though. The talisman is God.
Do you know what it feels like to walk up to a team and say, I want to go and do this at the beginning of the season, and then you do it. I want to save this thing for relegation, you do it. I want to score 5 goals, you score. Come on. Where's the confidence coming from? That confidence of I believe I can do this, and then you just go out there and do it. Is it that when you don't see defenders like an obstacle?
Yeah, that is a two different things. When I started playing, I find it difficult to really understand, a lot of things about the game. But when I grow up in playing, I began to see. It took me years anyway. It took me years to understand some things about the game. Playing is not the issue, but understanding your understanding your responsibility as a player. Every player has a responsibility.
Sure.
It's like I'm telling my daughter, I said, look, how can a striker play 90 minutes without a goal attempt? I don't, qualify any striker, a striker without a goal attempt. Because how can you play 90 minutes without a goal attempt? Wow. Okay, now the question is how? How can you do that? So a lot of things is involved.
Please explain that.
And it only,
Explain
Is
that,
that what?
that thing that is involved. Please explain it to me.
One is to understand that you're a striker. Another thing is to understand that you can score a goal from any position. The easiest way for you to score a goal is dead balls. For example, corner kicks, free kick close to their goal. That is a standing position you can score a goal. It's all about positioning.
Okay.
You understand? It's all about positioning. Set pieces, you can score easy goal through set pieces. It's all about positioning. And the most important part, is during the course of play also, you have to realize where you are, realization. You cannot run all the angles in the field as a striker. Definitely in 15 minutes, you get tired. Sometimes I watch Animal Kingdom. I see how lion attack. And when a lion attack, it doesn't miss. It goes slowly, but when he attack, with a purpose. Likewise, when the fastest
Black Panther.
yeah, when that one can chase from 0 to 90 minutes, but definitely you'll get something. So if you look at Animal Kingdom and take it into the game, you can run around for 90 minutes, but definitely finish up with a goal, or be very, very timing and very, very calculative. Of course, you will deliver. So it's all about training, input, and also how you are able to take care of yourself, to know yourself. And also, of course, faith and prayers, it goes a long way too.
I really hope that the young upcoming footballers that would watch this would learn a lot. I think in my early days when I was playing, I used to run foolishly. And one day, Monty Sinclair and Sharks told me that, come, sometimes you need to conserve your energy and focus on precision. And no coach has ever talked to me like that before. He said, it's not about running. It's about doing it the right way. So I was a winger. And he said, instead of always running to the byline before crossing the ball, I should practice how to cross. Once I see the counter attack and my attacker is already ahead, that gap between the defense and the goalkeeper, I should practice how to drop the ball there, that it will tempt the keeper to come out, but the keeper will not be able to come out completely, but it will be in favor of my striker. See, that was one of the most difficult things to do. Because my game, when I was playing youth football, was take the ball, run to the line, get to the corner flag, and cross the ball.
And cross. Oh.
And then now this man is saying, you don't need all that. You don't need to burn 100-meter energy. You can cross the ball with a good technique from even the center line for as long as your striker is ahead. Give him, because that time you're using to run to the corner flag, the defenders have also recovered. And then you're going to cross the ball.
Yeah.
You're also going to cross the ball very close to the goalkeeper. So he's just going to use his hand to capture the ball. Then I started learning it. And I realized that in games, normally if I play game, by the 50th minute, I was already tired, like really tired. I noticed that when I started doing that, bros, I could play 2 hours, 3 hours. Like I could play a game and not feel like I sweated, but I was
not feel like
creating more chances, creating more goals, and even scoring. Because I now realized that, oh, okay, the ball needs to do the running more than me.
Yeah.
Which is very, very good. So let's come to, before we come to you coaching, and Evelyn, does knowing that your father know all of this, and you can always come back to him and say, Daddy, when I'm in this position, what do I do when I'm in that position? Does it help your game? Does it give you an edge in the game?
Yes, yes, it does. Really, it does a lot. Because it's like, it doesn't matter what position. Because my dad has played almost all positions, so it's like I can still, because of before, as when I was playing as a defender, he was thinking, okay, this is the way a striker would think. This is the way a defender thinks. So it's like he helps me with how to think and the position and the timing and the how to pass, good ball, good crossing. And then as I have advanced to different other positions like winger, midfielder, and as a striker, he also came with advice on how to like play those positions and what to think of, and this is the way your opponent would think when you do this and that. So they have really come to much help.
And then one thing that with my time in Sweden, I don't know if it's changed now, but the Swedish people are very serious people. And then sometimes they can be overcritical. Like they could pick on one mistake and make it look like it's forever. Do you face that kind of strong criticism? You know, with your dad, I think it is impossible to even criticize him. Like his club career, it is impossible to criticize him. But do you face that kind of strong criticism from the Swedish media, knowing fully well that their female football is at the very top? Sometimes I rate their female football more than the male football. Do you face that strong criticism that comes with the Swedish people?
Not really, because it's like we have a lot of soccer psychology, you know. So it's like they also talk about how to, even though you get criticized, how to think of the next attempt, try to do as much as possible in the next attempt. So it's like more of, they try to make us learn from our mistakes more than criticizing us over small things, you understand? So that's the way it works.
So I take it that Swedish football has changed, because this thing you're saying now, I didn't experience it in the late 90s. I wouldn't tell you like.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's come to the highs and the lows, because no matter how good situation is in football, there is a low. So can you take me through your highs and lows in choosing to be a footballer, knowing that you're the daughter of a legend?
My highs and lows. Okay. When I started at a pretty young age, like 9, 10 years old, and that was when we were living in Norway. So my dad took me for my first soccer trial for the team called Viking FK, for the small children's department. And that time I was like really like so curious about the game, because I was looking at my dad play at the highest level and like scoring goals and the stadium and the people going crazy and everybody like, so I was like, yeah, I want to be in his shoes someday, you understand? So as then we now started moving, like we moved to Malmo, we moved to Gothenburg. Then I had to move also. So it's like at the time it was like, yeah, soccer was still there, but I now took a break from it to like focus on school, and then I now came back again at the age of 13 or 14, and that's when I started playing for IFK Gothenburg. That was also still good at that time. I think we were the first female at the age of 2001, 2000. And that time it was also still fun. But I wouldn't say I've had any lows, because since that day I've started playing soccer, I haven't stopped. It's still been the same thing. And I played for IFK as a midfielder, defensive and both offensive midfielder, before now being recognized by the under-19 for the team I'm playing now. When I was then recognized, they signed me, and I played maybe one and a half year before being recognized by the A team, the first team. And that's when I played 30 minutes in the Champions League, getting noticed by the Swedish national team, both under 17, 18, 19. So I will say there's many ups and downs.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Peter, let me come to you. There was a time where everybody was saying, this is the next leading striker for Nigeria. It was everywhere. My former boss, Dr. Larry Zamoji, everybody was Peter Ijeh. Then you were invited to the national team. What happened?
Yeah, a lot of things, happened, during my, when I was invited, and also, playing for the national team is big politics, then. I just have to be, clear with that. And to play in the national team, you must have, people that, in Nigeria there that, makes that to happen.
Okay.
In Europe here, for example, in Sweden, as we know, Sweden is maybe the first third best country in the world in discipline. There are some of the things people does in Nigeria that you cannot even do here. And living here for such a long time, I would say I have that mentality too. So coming to the national team where things are not in order, you see that we're queuing up in, I think the then it was NFA.
Yeah.
In a foreign player has to go there and like queue up for tickets, queue up for this, queue up for that. We don't have that time we don't have that patience or that time, because things were not constructive, Even the players that was invited then, I still want the fans to still go back to memory lane. I think we're just two professional players from Europe. Others are home-based players. It's not really that I'm saying home-based players are not good, but you're playing against Jamaica. Definitely, you should, if you want to test the player, you should bring his caliber of foreign-based player, then. So playing that game, and we play 0-0 at the member of the National Stadium.
Yeah.
And then I just have to tell myself the truth. I say, look, I have a career. I have things that I'm pursuing. I have to make a decision. Okay, and I'll take it this way.
Okay. Peter, your camera has gone off. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I'll take it this way. I say, okay, then playing for Nigerian national team, a player needs the national team to play for their club.
Yeah.
You need to play for the national team to play for their club's sides in whatever part of the world. But I said to myself, it's better I change that narrative. I don't need the national team to play for my club.
Oh, that's true.
I represent, who I am. I represent the name. I don't need the national team. And in my career, I don't need the national team. And I played over 350 Premier League games, scoring about 160 goals
already
in Premier League in Europe. So if people are asking me, why didn't you play with Nigeria? I will ask them, I will also tell them they should go and look at the record. How can a player play more than 360 Premier League goals in Europe, scoring more than 150 goals, and not get invited consistently?
Yeah.
So national team did not bother me because also I was studying also. So it's like putting my time, I will not be able to at least be what I am today, for example.
Okay, back in the day, and people still say it now because some accusation came up recently. Back in the day, they used to say that, oh, to play in the Nigerian national team, you have to bribe this person, you have to give this person money. Was it the case with your time? Like, oh, and because when you talk about Sweden, I do understand. I lived in Sweden for 2 years, and it's a drastic change when a young boy moved from Port Harcourt to Sweden, where you understand how Port Harcourt is, a crazy city, everybody, and then you go to a city that it seems like it was God that came from heaven to build the city of Sweden, the Swedish city. Everywhere you go, everything is organized. It's not like they're the richest country in the world, though, but everything is just in order. That's the word. Let me use the word. In order. Everything is in order. When they tell you 7 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock. When they tell you 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock. When they tell you, everything is just perfect. Is it that it came to you as a, and don't forget you played for Julius Berger, which was also one of the most organized team in the league before you went to Europe. So you didn't really go through the regular hustle and bustle bad teams, even though you're a Lagos boy. Did that affect your perception of the national team? Like, no, I'm Peter Ijeh. I can't be part of this. And you just left it.
Yeah, it did. It affected, even, I mean, aside from Julius Berger, I played with Nitel. I played Nitel FC Lagos for 3-4 years. So I know, I've been through some things, but coming to Sweden, and seeing the mentality, the ideology behind Sweden, I say, oh, this is the life. This is a normal life.
Yeah.
This is a normal life if one wants to really, really live long and be productive, do things out of the box, So that's why the national team did not bother me, because I have other things. I'm in pursuit of other things, So it did not bother me, and that really, really changed my mentality as a whole.
All right, now let's zoom in. You're not a coach. You're also an author. You have a book. You are now coaching, and you really would struggle to adapt to the national. If the Nigerian national, the Football Federation in Nigeria, the NFF, calls you and say, Peter Ijeh, we need you for the national under 23. We don't have a coach now. Does that look like a job you want to come and take?
Yeah, it is, because we all cannot run away from the country Nigeria. Even when things are not happening, Nigeria is still Nigeria. Nigeria already have a brand in the world. Due to the fact that a lot of legends have sacrificed, their life, their career, to put Nigeria in that map of the world when it comes to sport. So now the next generation, what next? It's just to those that have been there, those that are opportune to get more education, just like us now, for example, to come back and see how we can, influence the next generation. So if I'm called upon, for example, for any of the national team job, why not? And moreover, I think in 2017, I was invited. I flew from Sweden to Abuja for an interview for the national team. But it's unfortunate they gave the national team job to somebody else. And we all saw the results of the national team. So of course, if I'm given the opportunity to come to Nigeria, I will blush to that.
All right. So Amaju Pinnick and everybody running the Nigerian Football Federation. This is not me doing an advert, but I mean, he's open there. He's a Nigerian, he's qualified. Why not? I'm talking about qualification. What's your coaching qualification? Because they always talk about paperwork. You have to have your UEFA license, a CAF list on. What's the qualification that you carry?
Yeah, I have I have a Real Madrid certificate, Real Madrid coaching certificate, and also I have a UEFA advanced. You have C. C is more of the low. B follows C. Then you have advanced. Then you have the pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Just before I let you two go, I'm going to look for trouble now. Evelyn, am I allowed to look for trouble now?
Yeah, it depends on what it is.
No, this is me looking for trouble. Give me your permission. I want to look for trouble.
Okay.
I need your permission. Should I go ahead? Why are you afraid?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Peter, today is Evelyn's birthday. I need you to sing a birthday song for your daughter.
Okay,
Like,
I'll take it in Swedish.
whatever, but sing a song for her.
Jag må leva, jag må leva, jag må leva och till undrade håll. Jag viskar och leva, jag viskar och leva, jag viskar och leva till undrade håll.
I love this. I love this. You're making me. Okay, that's so nice. And Evelyn, I know it's your birthday, but I need you to recite a poem that tells your dad how much you are proud of him as a father, as a legend, as a man, and how much you feel honored to be his daughter. I'm sorry, I told you I was looking for trouble. Speak from your heart. You don't need to write this. Just say it.
Okay. Of course, as you guys all know, my dad's a legend, a living legend, and he's also my father that I dearly love from the bottom of my heart.
Tell your dad.
Okay, I should talk to him.
Yeah.
You're a dear legend, and you're gonna live long in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And as you have been my father for so long, I hope you're gonna be there forever.
Amen.
And I love you dearly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time talking to you too. I mean, I practically, maybe because of my Swedish connection and the fact that I played in the Nigerian league and the fact that I heard his name for a very long time. When I was told that we were going to have this interview, I was over the room. I was over the moon. And I hope that we can have this conversation more often. And for you, Evelyn, I hope that you play your game to the best of your ability. It doesn't matter what country you represent or what club you play for, but like your father, when we get to the end, towards the end of the road, we should be able to look back. Look at the conversation we've had now. It's beautiful. Somebody says, I'm going to rescue this team from relegation. He did. I'm going to bring a team from lower division. He did. I'm going to win the league title. He did. There's so much more somebody can do. I don't know if anybody can beat that, okay? Scoring goals because that's his job. Understanding the DNA of the game. I think there's a lot you can tap from him. But I wish you very, very best, the very, very maximum best in your career. And as a coach, sir, I also wish you the very best. And you continue to make Nigeria. You've already made us proud. If this is the end of the story, you've made us proud. But now you've taken a new path. We hope that you would make us even prouder than you've done before. And we would have more time to talk to you and check up on the progress and things as they go. Once again, Evelyn, happy birthday and have a lovely and fantastic day. To you, Peter, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
God bless you too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.